Well, hey folks, this is Fat Guy Flies RC, and this is the 80 millimeter Albatross L-39. It's in the Czech Republic livery, if I remember correctly. Sorry if I got that wrong, but I think it's the Czech Republic. L-39, let's take her up and have some fun with her. It's the FREEWING brand. Run a KM model afterburner, and that's it. Oh, and my receiver is a 7-channel Lemon RX with wind mitigation. Just wind mitigation, not self-level, and I run a satellite. But we'll go over rates and everything about the plane back in the man cave. A little windy today, but that's okay. It's out of the west and right down the runway. This runway runs east to west. Okay. Timer set for 4 minutes. Here we go. Got the drop tanks on. Run a HRB 5000 6S. Big 6S bird. I'll take it up now. I'll fly it right at us and then peel away.
Time remaining 3 minutes. Retracts down.
All right. Give ourselves a touch and go. Maybe I'm awfully high. Nope, I'm too high. When you fly a jet, you fly purposeful. Or you push into everything. You don't, you're not being aggressive, but it's hard to explain. You fly purposefully though.
Gear up.
All right.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Slow her down a little bit.
Landing flaps. Flaps up.
Enough power to climb out of that inverted loop, no problem. I'm gonna fly right at us and peel away. All right.
Time remaining 1 minute.
All right, let's get turned around here.
Down. Tight landing flaps.
Remember, throttle is everything. Let it control my sink rate.
Braking. Brakes are off.
All right. All right, we only had 38 seconds. Let me check the battery real quick. We'll make sure we're down to storage rate. If not, we'll take it up one more quick time.
Prop secured.
And I don't care if it is an EDF and the prop is safely inside the fuselage. Always get in the habit of turning your motor off no matter what you do. No matter what kind of plane it is, turn your motor off. Because as luck would have it, you're going to come out here with a prop plane, not think about it, forget it, get complacent, and lose a finger or a wrist or a hand. Unplug that beautiful KM model afterburner. 49%. Yeah, we're going to go up one more time. Okay, just to try to get this battery a little bit further down to 30, closer to 30. Okay. Now we'll go over rates and CG and all that stuff back in the man cave. All right.
Motors armed.
Motor's armed. Go back down here to the other end of the runway.
30 seconds.
Okay. That suddenly got really windy. But it's right down the runway, so I probably won't be using flaps when I land this next time. All right. Get close to that center line. Let me get in position. Okay. All right, and here we go.
20 seconds. Gear up.
And make one pass. I'll bring the gear down as we make that pass. Gear coming down now.
Retract timer expired.
It's got such a good sound to it. But the L-39 is just a great flying plane. Well, now my wind died. So I'm going to have to use flaps. Keeping my wings level, lining up with the runway, letting throttle control my sink rate. Whoa! Shoot! Right in the bowl. That's where the depth perception gets me. I think we're okay. I don't see anything missing off the plane.
Prop secured.
All right, let me check my gear out because that was a rough landing. Yep. That one there is hanging back, but that's actually pretty simple. Grab it at the base, pull it forward a little bit. There you go. Yeah, that was a rough landing. That entirely my fault. Look real close. Look at all your corner, everything that the edges of everything. Everything looks all right. Kind of pull on your control surfaces a little bit. Yeah, I think we're just fine. All right, let's go ahead and check the battery. Now we've ended up flying for 4 minutes and 41 seconds, so the better part of 5 minutes. Motor is off. I started keeping checker in my pocket because the Velcro just kept wearing off. That was holding my checker to the back of my transmitter. All right. 34%, so that's perfect. That's perfect. That's right where I want it to be. All right, so really, 34%. You could set your timer for 4.5 minutes, fly the way you want. Set it for 5 minutes if you want to if you fly a little more conservatively. CG on the plane, I'm just going to check it real quick. I know I'll go over it back in the man cave. I just want to make sure I had the CG right. And that's perfect. All right, we'll talk about rates and everything back in the man cave. Folks, that is the L-39 80mm from FREEWING in the Czech Republic. Livery, great flying plane, great. If you're looking for your first 80mm scale military that flies like a trainer, this is perfect because this actually is a trainer jet in real life. So, all right, well, thank you so much for watching. God bless y'all. God is good. Don't forget, faith, family, and friends, keep me in the air, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye. Well, hey, folks, this is Fat Guy Flyers RC, and this is the 80mm L-39 Albatross in the Czech Republic livery. I think it's Czech Republic. Take it up, have some fun. Fly with my tanks on, because that's pretty much how I fly with her now these days. And last time I flew her, I landed the bowl down there. I thought I damaged something, but I didn't. So let's try to get some better landings this time. Now, I don't know if both these films will be together. I'll probably have them separate, but anyways, after the flight, we'll meet you back in the man cave. We'll go over rates and CG and all that kind of good jazz. KM model afterburner inside there. Yeah, am I yelling again? I think I'm yelling. I think I'm talking too loud. Probably a little loud. I did this the other day and I'm like, I'm yelling. So, all right, take off flaps. Timer set for 4 minutes. Resetting it. All right, I'll try not to talk so loud. I'll whisper. I just get so excited.
Gear up. Flaps up.
Just so you're aware, I'm flying with a 6S 5000 HRB. All right, I'm going to take it out here. We're going to take it up now. That's pretty much where she peters out right there. All right. Don't ask me what that was about. I decided to turn over and all right, you're gonna fly along, you're flying along, we're gonna do a stall test, you can lose power, clean stall, clean stall, clean stall. All right, with a clean stall,
Time remaining 3 minutes.
no elevator, or our elevator just not doing anything, she just slumps forward, okay? So let's do this again, but this time I'm gonna try to hold elevator, and I wanna see which wing, all right, drops. Okay, you're flying along, you lose power, starting to hold the elevator up, elevator up, elevator up, elevator up, elevator up, elevator up, elevator up. Okay, right wing, just a little bit. Very benign stall, very benign stall.
Retracts down.
All right.
Landing flaps.
Throttle control my sync rate. Letting the grass be my natural brake. All right.
Flaps up.
Do that again. Try to land on the runway this time. I hate landing from the east. Y'all know I do. I don't like landing from the east. It messes my depth perception, and that whole third of that runway is in a downward slope. So that messes with me too. I know, wah, right?
Flaps up.
You know what we'll do this time? We're gonna land. This
Time
is
remaining 2 minutes.
doing some landing drills. This time we're gonna land, but we're not gonna use any flaps.
Brakes are off.
I didn't say we weren't going to use something to slow her down. We're just not going to use flaps. Oh yeah, she's got thrust reverse. Do I sound like a commercial when I talk? Sometimes I listen to my own videos. I watch my own videos too, folks. I'll watch them and say, boy, you sound like a commercial. All right, No flaps. No flaps. This is a no flap zone.
Gear up.
All right, let's try and see how low can you go?
Landing flaps. One minute. Flaps up, retract down.
What was that, about 2 feet, maybe? Not too bad. Kind of run out of battery, so that's going to have to do it. No flaps again. No flaps. No flap. We don't need no stinking flaps.
Brakes. 30 seconds. Brakes are off.
All right. Got 22 seconds. I'm going to push
20
it.
seconds.
I'm going to push it for one more. Just a real quick up and down.
Timer expired.
Again, no flaps.
Brakes are off.
Now I've got a short. I don't know if y'all notice it or not, but look at that right landing light on the wingtip. That sometimes will flash. It's got a little short in it. And I've ran the wires back and forth. I can't get it to, for whatever reason. It must be inside the bulb itself, but it's on most of the time, but sometimes it'll just flicker. And if that's the only thing wrong with this plane, well, I'm doing pretty darn good. All right, 24 seconds over on a 4-minute timer. So 4 minutes and 24 seconds.
Prop secured.
Prop is secured and off. Check our battery. Convenient top loader. Unplug that beautiful KM model after. I think that's the version 4 I got in here. 31%. So that is absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. All right, folks. Well, there you go. That is the FREEWING 80mm Albatross L-39 in the Czech Republic livery. Absolutely beautiful plane. Speaking of L-39s, keep an eye on my channel. FPV Builds RC is sending me the new Kavan L-39, the Sky Fox. I think it's called Sky Fox, and the all gray one. Yeah, I'm getting that. Hopefully, sometime soon. It's supposed to be in the United States, waiting for it to go through customs. So, see y'all later. God bless y'all, and don't forget, faith, family, and friends, L-39s. God is good, and keep them in the sky. Bye, y'all. Well, hey, folks, this is Fat Guy Flies RC coming to you from the man cave, and this is the 80mm L-39 FREEWING. Now, you saw my flights. Got one flight, then another flight. After that first flight, I'm going to say my third landing. Man, I tell you, my depth perception coming from the east, I landed in that bowl. But luckily there was no damage, so that's good. All right, let's talk about it. Talk about this beautiful plane here. I obviously got the tanks on. Now this light here sometimes will flicker. I think it's this light. Yeah, this light. See, like right now, it's flickering. But I've ran the wire. It seems to be fine. It'll come back on. Real quick, let's go over a little some of the features of the plane. Number one, it's the L-39, the FREEWING. Okay. Watch them lights; they'll actually go out. These tank lights will go out. Now they'll come back on. See that one? Sometimes it comes on, sometimes it flickers. You know. So Oh, wait, it's the other one. Oh, well. Yeah. All right. Of course, I got the beautiful KM model afterburner inside of there. All right, let's talk about our rates. Now, the rates that I flew in was my high rates. Ailerons are 100% with 30% expo. Elevator is 100% with 30% expo. I'm sorry if I look up, that's the screen, I can see what I'm doing. I gotta know. And rudder is 100% with 30% expo also. All right, let's talk about flap settings here. All right, flaps, this is a spectrum, 2-second deployment. Flaps up are -100. Takeoff flaps is a negative 50. Okay, you should be able to see that. -50. Okay. All right. I guess if we do this right here, maybe you can see it. All right, there you go. -50, and landing
flaps
is 100%. Okay, so
Takeoff
real
flaps,
simple.
flaps up.
-100, -50, and 0. No mix is needed whatsoever.
Landing flaps.
Okay.
Flaps up.
I do not have, the receiver that I'm using is a 7-channel Lemon RX Gen 2, and I do have a satellite. Let me show you that real quick. Well, hold on. Real quick while we're all talking about things like this. CG, if you look right here on these wings, got this tape right here. That's where the CG is. It's right in front of that tape. So if you put your, I like doing it with the gear down because that's the way I'm going to land, and that's when your CG is probably the most important. And okay, right there, slightly, just pretty much level right there, which is perfect. Okay, this is not a Death Dorito. This is not a Delta Wing. Okay, so you're not looking for that aft CG. And this is actually this canopy is actually quite heavy for a foam plane. Just unusual. All right, let me show you my setup here real quick so that you can see. There's my satellite right there, and that's running down. Actually, I have it running underneath that wooden tray. Then it comes out here, and then there is that 7-channel Lemon RX Gen 2, which just has wind mitigation. That's all it's got. This wire here is the blue and yellow wire. That's the afterburner, the KM model afterburner. And that's my placement for my 5000 to get that good CG. So basically, you know, here's your full grown man's fingers. Okay, right about there. And that's where she CGs. And that puts it, if you look at that wooden tray, basically perfectly even with that wooden tray, 5,000 back. So if you had you could do a 4,000 and really would limit your flying time. I would go forward about 1/2 inch. Okay. If you did a 6,000, I'd put that battery back about 1/4 inch behind that. So, you know, the rule of thumb is the bigger the battery, the further back, the lighter the battery, the further forward. So, well, there you go. And that is the L-39 from FREEWING. It is a great flying plane. If you're looking for your first scale 80 millimeter that flies like a sport plane, this is it. This is very, very sporty, very, very stable. It's actually a jet trainer in real life, and this one here, and the model is no exception. This is a great flying plane. I absolutely love flying this thing. I actually wanted, I like the camo version better. The reason I bought this version is because it's easier for my wife to film. That's all. Be honest with you. That didn't stop me from buying some other camo planes, but still, that's when I bought this. I had her in mind. They both fly great. I've actually had the camo one a long time ago, and I sold it to a buddy of mine at the club, and I missed the plane, so I got it again. You know me. I'll sell these planes and miss them, and then I'll buy them again. And honestly, the tanks are just magnetic. You know, they just magnetic on, magnetic off. I haven't noticed any difference in the flying performance with or without the tanks. So, you know, you be your own judge on that. But anyways, the rates and everything, I think I did tell you right, yeah. I think I did. 100% throws, 3 for the expo, pretty much all the way around. I don't know if that's by the book. That's just how I set it up, and that's how I fly it. So I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all watch me fly it, and I mean, she seemed to fly just fine for me. So all right, well, let me know how you like this setup. This is how I'm gonna be doing my build and unboxing videos from now on. With this kind of setup, I rearranged. I got some shop lights in here, some studio stuff going on, and let me know. All right, well, y'all have a good, and God bless y'all. This is the L-39 from FREEWING, 80 millimeter, one of the best 80 millimeters that you can buy. And I'm very, very pleased with it. It flies and looks great. Y'all have a good, and God bless y'all. And don't forget, faith, family, and friends, God is good. And let's keep them in the air, folks. Keep them in the air. Bye, y'all.